Well, you'll see in a little bit of it.
Hey, Trevor.
Hey Josh, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Trying to see if I can invite Sarah, but I'm not sure how to do that. Trying to see if I can find her. I mean, Megan. Megan, yeah, that's her name. The TA.
Oh, that TA?
Yeah. Trying to.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless she gave us her email address.
The email I see is the BYU. Let me see.
It has to be a Google account, doesn't it?
It does, but her it says Megan Hill grad 12013 at BYU.edu. So, huh, that's weird. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Huh.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Hey, so how's it going?
Good.
You guys have a good day?
Yeah, we actually this morning found out what we're having, so that was super exciting.
Are you pregnant? Okay, I want to make sure.
Yeah, so
'Cause
we found out we were having a boy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're excited.
is it more than one? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, thank goodness, no.
Yeah, I don't know. They say there's higher probabilities of these later generations having twins. It's fun to-
Yay!
quick question before we start. I can't find Megan on here. Do you have like a middle name for her, or because there's tons? I go to invite her, and there's tons of Megan Hills, and I can't.
Okay, did you try using her email?
I did, but if you look back on your Gmail, it shows her BYU account and not a Gmail account. So that's kind of weird.
Do you think, well, she's got to have another email, right? Besides,
Yeah, I just don't see her.
hmm.
Yeah, Megan. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going
Megan
to email her real quick and see if I get a response.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I didn't even think about her not having from her BYU.
Yeah, it's weird.
Uh-huh.
Just one more week, guys.
Woohoo!
Super excited.
Yeah, well, technically it's a little week after, but that's just the exam. But
Yeah, that's true.
and then after that, it's Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
When are you due,
I'm
Sarah?
excited.
When are you due?
Oh, April 19th.
I'm sorry, what?
April 19th.
19th. So are you going to go next semester to work?
Well, I'm technically off track, so I probably will just take that off since I'm already off. But then when springtime comes, I might take like 1 or 2 online classes. So we'll
Maybe.
see.
So you're at what, 15, 16 weeks?
I'm at 20 weeks.
12 weeks? First guess, it's closer.
Close.
Yeah. Are you doing anything fun, Josh, for Christmas? Are you gonna stay there? In Phoenix?
Oh, yeah, I'm staying here in Phoenix.
That's a good place to stay. It's warm.
Yeah. My parents and all my family, pretty much, except for my sister, live here.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, my sister lives up in Salt Lake area in West Jordan.
Just wooden.
Hmm.
You can definitely tend to get some snow there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, she texted me, I want to say it was Monday, saying that they got their first big snowstorm of the year. They got like 3 inches. her dogs love it. I guess her dogs are they're her babies, Rocky and Bandit, and she takes Rocky has to go on like a walk every day, and so she got him a new jacket, and she sent me a picture.
That's awesome.
A jacket. The dog needs jacket, and she's bought him booties, but I don't think he likes the boots, so it doesn't work.
That's so funny.
And
Yeah.
here it's
Well, he's her baby.
the dog.
There, can you see the picture?
Do it again, Josh.
Oh, so cute.
That's
Yes.
Rocky in his little jacket.
Oh,
What kind of a dog is he?
You know what? I'm not sure exactly. He's super cute though. He's totally a lap dog. And the other dog she has, he's a big dog, but he grew up with Rocky, so he thinks he's a lap dog. So he's this huge, like a like a pit bull. And so he wants to crawl into your lap, and he's huge.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay, so I emailed Megan, and she emailed me back, says she has a Google account.
okay.
If you want this, Trevor,
Yeah.
it's T
T
X
X
M
M
Grant at gmail.com.
Oh, yep, I just got that email too.
gmail.com.
Yeah, TXM Grant at
Also, her
gmail.com.
name Megan Grant, but it shows about Megan Hill.
Oh.
Okay. Gotcha. Invite. And we are on 4, 3, 2,
1.
1. Whoa. Nothing.
It's not working.
I did.
Oh, 1 second.
It's coming. It's happening.
Yeah, it was Monday when it snowed in Utah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Josh, we got like, well, in Rexburg,
Okay, well,
we
I'll
got
see you
4
soon. I started
inches
my
of snow.
eating, but dinner's ready.
And
How much snow did you get, Trevor?
well, here in Shelley, which is south of Idaho Falls,
Uh-huh.
maybe an inch-ish. But Rexburg, about 4 inches of snow.
I know. And
That's a good amount.
It is. But
All right.
this is so cold, it's really dry.
Oh, yeah?
You go about 20.
It's been cold here. It's finally cold now. Now that storm we had Sunday, it's been cold. The other day, either Monday or Tuesday, it was 10 degrees cooler than it like the average. Our weather has been wacky this past year, whatever. It's either we're 10 degrees above normal or 10 degrees below normal.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
weather's been really crazy too. Like, it was mostly raining, and then we got like a major snowstorm on Monday. So,
I don't know how it is in Idaho, probably similar, but my sister who lives in Utah, she says that our weathers are usually very similar, just that she's 10 or 20 degrees cooler than us. So, yeah. Our weathers probably are pretty similar. Like if we have a storm, you guys have a storm, you'll just be, 20 or more degrees cooler.
yeah.
Oh, it looks like she emailed me again.
I think she's coming in. She's coming in. There we go. Hi, Megan. How you doing?
Oh, there's Megan.
Yay!
Welcome, Megan.
See. Can you hear me?
A
Sorry,
little bit, you're cutting
my
out.
computer never dismissed. A mixture of everything.
That's okay.
No worries.
Thank you for my board freshman year.
What was that, Megan? Sorry.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, thank you for my board freshman.
Okay, I thought your name was familiar, and I'm like, I don't know if this is the same Megan Hill, but this?
Yeah. Yeah,
That's so funny.
I was like, I'll just wait till I meet with your group. I'm not gonna like email you and tell you. Yeah. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I know you just got married.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we actually,
too.
Josh, oh, sorry. I just told Josh and Trevor that we just found out that we're having a little boy today. So.
Yay! Oh my gosh, when are you due?
April 19th.
Oh, that's perfect. It's like after finals of winter semester, so. That's like how we're wanting to plan it too. We're like, we want to have kids, but we're like, let's think about finals. Like,
yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. That is super exciting. Has your been super horrible so far, or are you like low key?
No, it's been really good. Just a little nausea at first, and
yeah, expected.
That's about it.
Not bad. I don't know why it looks like I'm in a dark room. I think it's because our walls are gray, but I promise I'm not in a weird room. Okay.
No worries.
I like feel like I look at myself in the camera, like I look like scary.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Y'all's group is doing super well. I feel like y'all's group are working hard.
Are you working hard or are you hardly working?
Yeah.
Or both.
I like it.
Getting by.
You ready?
Number 3, or did I miss a few?
Yeah, we're at number 3.
Okay.
Yeah. The first and the second one are usually the toughest to get through.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, that usually takes on average at least half an hour, but we get through it.
So, did you guys get 2.0 for number 3?
Yeah. 0.
I sure did.
Exactly.
Sweet. Okay,
1.5.
so I'll give you a warning. I'm working off of 2 computers because I got SPSS on my computer, but it's through like this weird software. So I'm on my husband's computer for webcam and my computer for SPSS. So just
No worries.
okay. Just a warning. It might be
I
slow.
got 2.0 for number 3.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Exactly.
On 4, I got 1.5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty easy.
Those are the
Yeah.
for now. Yeah.
Wait till later.
I feel like
Just kidding.
plus 11.
Okay, so now the next one, we just do like the -3 plus the 0.25 times 16.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like good old high school algebra.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. It's just the geometry. The y equals mx plus b.
Yep.
The soup might be hot and the vegetables might be a little cold.
I got 1. Did you guys get 1?
But Megan, I do the same thing. I do the cameras on my laptop, but then I find it easier to do the test on my desktop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do the same thing. I do like the calculations on my desktop, and then I got the laptop for the camera.
Yeah, because I realized, because SPSS, if you pay for it, you can only get it for 6 months. And I was like, well, I plan on being a TA for longer than that. So I just got it from the on-campus computers. I went to the IT guys. Probably sounds illegal, but they did this VMware. So I log in, and now my computer looks like an on-campus computer. Like it does not look like mine at all. So I can't use the webcam. Because I tried doing it in a different group, and I realized that it was not going to happen. So it's really weird.
That's interesting because I have the same thing through BYU, and I just click down and I keep my webcam on the whole time. So I do it all on one laptop, but it's tricky.
Maybe I just haven't figured it out. I might have just not figured out. I'm not technologically advanced.
That's okay. Me neither. Okay, so for 5, you got 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. 1.
Sweet.
Next one. Oh, wait. Yeah, you guys do it. So is it a hot dog, banana, or hamburger? I like it.
I love it, like the technical name.
Yeah.
Hot dog, hot hamburger, or banana.
I love it in statistics. It's the hot dog shape. Oh yeah, that one. You didn't know that?
Okay, let's.
Okay.
I got the. I guess I'll wait for you guys, but
Yeah, I'm just waiting for mine to
Yeah,
load.
give me a week. I'll get it up.
we'll give you 20 minutes for it to load.
Yeah, for real.
I know
My
that's like one of the biggest problems with using the school's SPSS is it takes forever to load.
Yep, it sure does. I've like lived my life using slow computers, and my husband's a computer science major, and I'm like, I hate your major. He's like, you just never had a good computer. I hate computers.
So I think it's a hot dog shape.
I got
Hey.
a hot dog shape too.
You're ahead of us. It's the right answer. I just haven't proven it yet.
To be honest, it actually looks like almost like a rocket if it's thin on the side. If you look at it,
Yeah,
it's like a rocket or a missile.
yeah.
But it's,
My SPS hasn't up yet, but I know you're right.
we know you're right.
So what I said is a hot dog. Hot dog. Ah.
That's the banana.
Yeah, I liked the quiz earlier this week, and I'm kind of liking this one because it's actual math.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can do it. It's not just this weird, I have to guess questions. It's actual math. 'Cause
Yeah,
I love math.
And I agree too that it's a hot dog shape because I pulled it.
All right, so it's confirmed. All right, question 7.
Yep.
In the shape of the spider plot you produce in the last question, what can you say about the appropriateness of using simple linear regression as data? Well, obviously it's positive and a strong positive and linear. It would be a
I
simple.
think it's the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because most of the dots do make a straight line. I mean, it's going to be a weak correlation, but there's definitely a correlation.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's sure. It's linear. If it was a banana or a hamburger, it definitely would not be a linear. And it wouldn't be a simple regression.
Mhm. Yeah.
So this one, sound okay?
So
number
okay, I'm confused with number 8. Like, what is it asking for?
So it's how many observations are there in the data? I think it's asking for. See, there's 2 different observations you're looking at.
Mhm.
You're looking at the score and the contemplating meeting. So would you take the total number sampled and then times that by 2? That's what I'm wondering.
Oh, the
Yeah, I mean, it's
139 times 2?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just 139 because essentially
Mhm.
there's two numbers per observation because you're observing like
Okay.
the first and the second one are the same observation, and there's 139
Okay.
sets of numbers.
That's what I put. Yeah, 139.
Yeah.
And
number of
so where did you get that? How do you know there's 139?
I just counted it in SPSS. You go down
Yeah, you just
Oh,
down until you
Yeah.
can't see numbers left.
139.
I see. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the observations is just the number.
Right.
Yeah, how many there are, how many sets of
How many
data.
samples? Okay. That's easy.
Yeah.
Ah!
The y-intercept. Right.
I am not even going to use SPSS. I'll just confirm your answer. For real. I feel bad how long it's going to take.
No worries.
Also, I'm really sorry I couldn't meet for like ever.
18.69.
okay. Schedules come up, I know.
Usually Tuesdays are okay, and then my group was like, "Can we do 6:30?" And I was like, "I can't." And then they outvoted me. I was like, "Dang it!" So Tuesday was going to be golden.
Are you a psychology major, sir, Megan? Or
I'm a public health major actually.
Public
So I took this class as biostatistics, not social science statistics.
gotcha.
So I have like a lot of classes where I have to like work out with a client or exercise on my own, which is good for me. But
Yeah.
like then it took a grade, and so it makes you like guilty if you like go to the gym.
Did you
Like
take
on
any meetings?
Tuesday, we had to like work out with our client.
Oh, man.
No, but it's cool though. And then Trevor, I think you got the answer for this. I think I heard you say it.
18.690, is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
So would you go to the analyze regression linear then?
Yeah, what I did, Sarah, I went to, you go to analyze, regression, linear, and then the dependent is going to be your y-intercept, the y.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be your
Which is,
confidence rating or the score?
The score.
The score.
So
Okay, and
you
then
And the
said
confidence,
you do analyze and then general linear model?
the regression and then linear.
oh, yes, sorry, Josh. Yeah, analyze regression, linear model, and then you plug in your variables.
Oh, you have to do regression.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You're right.
Then you got 18.690.
Yeah,
Exactly. Here, I'll open up the textbook and I can find it.
and the x-intercept, or the, not x-intercept, but the slope, which is x, is, I got 12.695.
Okay, so does it matter what you put in for the dependent and independent?
Yes, it does. What I put, Josh, for the dependent, that's your y. That's the score. So like the 50 or your big numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the x, the independent, I put the confidence rating mean.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're good to go.
The way to figure out which one is which, like independent doesn't take math involved at all. Independent is like what you want to say, what you feel, what the researcher chooses. Dependent is
It
requires-
relies on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And is that all we have to do? We didn't have to do anything else?
No, just those ones, and then we'll head down.
Okay.
And what did you get for the slope?
12.695.
Yep, exactly. Just making sure, because I have the answer key, and so like when you take the quiz with the TA, like I'd feel bad if you like didn't get the 100.
Yeah, after most times.
Wait, I'll make sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So now that number would be the second number underneath your y.
Your coefficients.
Your
Yeah,
y.
It's like the same exact equation from like the first questions. So let me write all of that down.
So,
So now for 11, would you take the 4 times the 12.695 or times the 18.690?
One thing I wonder if we're looking for the SPSS answer or the calculator. But in the calculator answer, I got 69
Yeah. So you
point, but if you go to the SPSS, it's 69.469.
might have just rounded it differently because I'm doing it in the calculator and I'm getting 69.47.
Okay.
okay, so I know I'm behind you guys, but so I calculated it, and which one is the y-intercept and which one is the slope?
Okay. Cool. So Josh, the y-intercept is 18.69.
Okay.
The slope is 12.695, and then you just times that by 4.
Okay. So the y-intercept is the constant, where the confidence rating mean is the slope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and so in the equation, your y-intercept is just by itself. And so
Yeah.
4 times 12.695.
What?
The next question, it's like what was the predicted value of y when x equals 4? You do 4 times 12.695.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
8.78.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear all that you said.
Oh, did you get 50.78?
I got 69.47.
That's what I get.
I used the calculator. Did you use SPSS?
I did, but it doesn't say in the quiz to round to the 3 decimals, so I just figured I'd just round it up to 69.47.
Yeah, in the on the quiz answer key, it says the answer is 69.469, but I reckon if you put 470, it should count it. If there's usually a range, but if you want to play
like to the 100th place or the decimal, it doesn't matter too much. We've had problems like that before, and it's been okay.
Oh,
that's
I usually count it if you're range.
11, would you take the 4 times your 12.695 and then subtract that from the 18.690?
I'd add it.
You add it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's y plus your slope of x.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because they're both positive. That's what I'm doing wrong.
So for number 11, you guys got 69.47.
That's right.
Exactly. It's around 3 decimals. The answer key says 0.469, but I'm pretty sure if you put 0.470, you should get it right. And if you don't, I'll go into it and give you credit. But it should work.
So,
there's usually a range.
Okay.
I've been doing that.
Say that again. So do I need to put a 0 at the end? 69.470?
Yeah.
The confidence level.
I mean, I can easily put the 0 in there. It's not that big of a deal.
Either way, if it doesn't count it, I'll make sure it does. Because you have the right answer. This question's interesting.
Yeah, like most of the time after doing the preparation, I mean, we talk about all the time, like we just feel like the preparation really does not prepare us for, like, I don't know.
It's like they got 2 separate people, one to take the prep lesson and one to make the quiz. They don't gel.
Yeah, they don't collaborate.
Yeah. No, they don't. Because like the questions, not only the question, but how they ask the question are totally different on the quizzes versus how they present it to us.
So this one, I don't think we're using any data. We're just using what they have in the question, right? Or are we?
I think we use the data.
It said the one that says the next 7 questions, and this would be part of the 7 questions.
Oh, when we passed it?
Yeah. Yeah, number 12 is the 7th question, right?
Yeah.
So we can use the largest X.
What is on a scale of 1 to 6, what is the maximum predicted value of y for the values of x?
So is it saying that the 1 through 6, those are the values of x?
Yeah.
And so we just need to plug it into the equation?
I'm wondering. Actually, let me see if it gives me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm quite understanding what it's asking for.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think
it almost.
And so I think the question is asked really weirdly, but if it just says what is the maximum predicted value of y for these values of x, you don't need to do 1 and x has 1, x has 2, x has 3. It's going to be x has 6 because that's the largest number. So like Josh said, you just plug the 6 in for x in the exact equation that we just used. And it gives the right answer.
It should be 94.86, I think.
Yeah, exactly. It's just really weirdly worded.
But you explained
they want to make it as confusing as possible, Sarah. So what they really should say is put 6 in for X and find Y. That's what you're doing. But they want it to be as confusing as possible.
What answer did you guys get?
94.86.
That's what I got too.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I read that.
I'm still
like, is there more to this than I think?
Yeah, and only noticed a couple questions like that where we think there should be more to it, but it's literally like, oh, it's just this number.
Yeah. It's funny.
Don't think.
Did you get 94.86?
We got 94.86.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, thanks, 94, sorry.
13. How many independent variables are present in a simple?
How many explanatory independent variables are present in simple linear regression? Isn't there just one?
Yeah, exactly. There's one X and a Y, right?
Yeah. You have one X and a Y.
Yeah.
Okay. And I remember saying something about like you can have more than just one of something, but I don't know if that was for the simple linear regression or if it was for one of the others.
The bivariate.
Variables.
Yeah, it might be bivariate because simple linear regression is just one X compared to one Y.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a correlation between the two.
Can you think about the order of how this class is set up? We always start with just one, and then we go to the twos, and then we go to the threes, right?
Uh-huh.
So simple linear regression is like the first time we touch linear regression, so it's just going to be one of each.
So 14 should be the same, right? It should be 1.
Yeah.
And 14, the dependent variable would be 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This is like the chapter I was like the least confident on, so I'm like, dang, I should have helped out earlier.
Yeah.
We love class. We love Tuesdays. It was so easy. It was 10 questions and
I know. I like couldn't even come. I was like, oh, because I almost had a job interview today. They like asked if I could do it today at 6, and my husband's like, "What are you willing to give up? You can just reschedule with your group that you're TAing for." I was like, "No, I can't. I have to reschedule them. You don't even."
Well, thank you for your sacrifice.
It was easy. I just said I can come on Friday, and they were fine with it. It was just funny. That was like his first thing he assumed I would give up. I was like, "No, I am holding on that." Okay, sorry. Number 15.
15 is good.
Okay. I read really fast. I'm not sure if y'all were ready with it.
so 13, it seems like it has to be either the first one or the last one. Right?
Or
The
on
size
number,
of the- I'm sorry?
no, sorry, you go on.
No, because, okay, so the size of the hat, because it's the variable being predicted. That's what they're trying to figure out is the hat size. The circumference, because
So-
it is the variable being predicted, they're not predicting the circumference, so it can't be B, right?
Oh, I thought it could be B or D.
But it says
But-
they're not trying to predict the circumference, they're trying to predict the hat size using the circumference. Right?
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's the circumference
Given a-
because it's using it, or if it's the hat is because that's what they're trying to figure out.
So the response value or variable is what's being predicted. So
Okay.
we've knocked out C and D. And they're predicting, if you read the sentence right before that, wants to predict the size of hat given the circumference. So the response variable responds to the number that you don't use math for, right? That's the response variable uses math. So we're predicting something. So now we know it's A or B, and it tells us predict the size of the hat. So now we know it's A.
Yeah.
What I thought.
That's what I thought.
No, Yeah, it's easy to like psych yourself out on these things.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Submit it.
Nailed it.
Let's do it.
Oh man.
I think this might have been our second quickest group meeting.
Yeah.
I know. I remember when I took this class, whenever the quizzes were too easy, I'd almost like get really nervous to turn it in. Or the worst is when you turn it in and you get one wrong because you just accidentally typed it wrong. And so when you turn it in a second time, you're like, this is my last chance.
I know. It's like, I can't mess up.
At least
the worst.
Classes, right?
You realize that, remember, okay, so in Tuesday we got 100% the first time, and then I got 100% the first time this time. That has never happened to us on any of the other quizzes.
I think a couple times it has. A couple
There
times.
you go.
Did you get 100?
Final.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think the final is even.
Let's see. So question. So Sarah, this week, or Josh, we have the describe the data, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I'm in charge of it.
Okay. And did we choose to do ANOVA testing? Is that right? Anna?
Yeah. Do you think
Okay.
that'll still work, or?
I'm just running that in my head. I'm like, because you're comparing it. How's that gonna work? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think too if ANOVA was the right to take, or if there was something else that would be better. But I couldn't come up with anything else.
What's your test? And I'll see if I can figure it out. I'm not in charge of the final or the project at all, so I don't even know anyone's anything. So I'll try to help.
Yeah. Okay. So.
You're not sure if you're using ANOVA?
Yeah, so,
Well,
oh, you
go
go
ahead, Sarah.
ahead. Oh, okay.
No.
So basically, we just bought, each of us bought 2 big packages of the little fun size M&Ms, and we counted them up, and then we were trying to see if any of the packages had the same amount of, like, equally distributed in the mini packages. And so far, none of us really have, except I think, Josh, you came close.
I had one sample
one.
where the colors were equally represented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
And then Trevor and I both didn't.
our null hypothesis that they would be equal, but then our alternative is saying no, they're not going to be, or at least more than one will not be equally distributed.
Then that would be ANOVA. That's exactly what ANOVA's null and alternative are.
Okay. And
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
that's what we thought. I'm just not sure how to.
ANOVA and chi-squared are, because it's hard to think like, well, colors are categorical, but chi-squared, their null hypothesis say independent, and that's not. You're
Well,
not
we were
testing.
having some problem with that, but then the professor kind of, I think, fixed this because color is categorical, but it's quantitative because we want to know the number.
Right.
Right. We want to know if the color numbers are the same, not. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain, but I understood when she explained it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like, since your null hypothesis and your alternative hypothesis use the word equal, not the word independent, tells me it's ANOVA.
Okay. And so I think, Trevor, I don't know if
What?
you're still a little bit confused, but then for me, I would think, like, what would you plug in?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, how do we plug it? Because each one of us has 6 different colors, and each one of those colors has 40 samples. And you plug them together. How do we plug them? You know, all in ANOVA. That's what I'm saying. It's a little.
Well, if we want, maybe we can just choose one of our data to use.
Yeah. That's,
If we don't necessarily need to use all of our data, do we?
would we, Megan, need to use all the data?
Or maybe combine everyone's data and make like one master list.
Can we do that? Like 120 samples? And just have it would
You
work
have
still, I
40,
think.
so it would be, what, 120?
Yeah, I mean,
And then you have six different types. Samples?
Mhm.
yeah,
That's
I think that should
that
work.
works for both. I think.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're wanting to do an ANOVA test for everyone's data, which I
think
don't think would
it
be.
could be 6 or something.
Yeah.
necessary.
So I'll send mine to you, Sarah. My
Okay.
Excel sheet. And whatever you need, Saturday, I'll help you out.
Sweet, thank you. And do you think after combining all of the data, like, should I don't know, should I clarify, like, oh, this is Trevor's and this is Josh's all on one Excel, or should I just combine it and not worry about whose is whose?
You could put names to it, like presentation-wise, so she knows. But I mean, for the ANOVA test, it wouldn't matter, if that makes any sense. Like when you're actually analyzing the data, it doesn't matter whose is whose, but maybe you could just tell her whose is whose just for like presentation, a presentation piece.
For the PowerPoint, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, actually, essentially, it really wouldn't matter because when my group did this, I took this class on campus, so it was different. But when we did the project, we didn't say who did what, so actually, it doesn't matter.
I don't think we need to say. I think you can just combine the data.
Yeah, like the more I think about it, we didn't put names on our data.
Okay.
I guess before we leave, is there any questions on any of like earlier concepts for the final? Like, do y'all? I can't remember like specific questions that people are gonna, but is there anything like I have a hard time like knowing which test to use, having a hard time knowing what p-value does, or are you feeling like confident? Because I've been there's another group I met with, because a couple of them were on campus. I met with them and was like tutoring them, them like a long list of like test taking tips, not like make sure you sleep well, but like actual biostatistical tips that came out weird, like test, basically like my notes that I took from this class. I sent them like a copy of it if y'all want one, or if you feel like you're fine, either way.
Like for me,
Sure, I would like a copy.
Me too.
I get confused on the what test you should use between the categorical. That's pretty easy. That's straightforward.
Yeah.
When it comes to independent sample and between a one sample T, those two are really tough. Because unknown, you have to have your sigma and pretty simple, but the two, you get confused.
Yeah. So I'll just start from the beginning. So yeah, you have it. You nailed it on the head. If you have sigma, it's always A. Because if you notice on the test, the answer choices are always the same. Like A is always one sample Z, right?
Yeah.
And so if you have sigma, you can get a Z-score. So always pick that one. But if the scenario, if you're taking one set of data and you have no sigma, then it's going to be a t-test. But if you're taking two sets of data is whenever, so t-test is if you're only taking one set of data. It's like if you're trying to take, I think the test question that was one sample t-test is when the botanist was like taking the average height of plants, but she didn't give us a sigma. That would be one sample t-test because she's only taking the averages of plants. That's only going to, if you think about how you're going to open that file on SPSS, it's just going to be one line of numbers. You're going to, the independent samples and the paired data, you're going to have two sets of data. So when you open it on SPSS, it's going to have one number or column of numbers and another one next to it. And the difference in independent and paired data, I mean, you probably already kind of know this, like it depends on the other number. Basically, the way I look at it is independent samples, if you're taking two sets of data, sorry, I'm stuttering, two sets of data and it's independent samples, you're usually comparing the averages of the population. So it's like the average heights of men versus the average heights of women, or the average weight versus football players' weight. Whereas paired data is either you take the same data from one person twice, like how much you weigh before program and after the program, or you're comparing like specific people, or you're comparing two people's specific numbers. Like I think on the test review of the test, it talked about like comparing two realtors, making sure they get the same, I don't know realty terms, like the same like value that they predicted something was. And so they took they appreciated it. What's the word? Like they appraised it.
Right.
So they appraised like 6 places. People did them. That one's paired data because you want to see if the realtor number 1 appraised property number 3 the same way that realtor number 2 appraised property number 3. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's a paired?
That's paired. So the trick's to see if they're taking one person's data twice, it's going to be paired data. if they're taking quantitative data. Or trying to compare two direct people. Independent samples are two sets of data, but they're comparing averages usually.
Okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, and the difference between categorical and quantitative is if you can take the average of it. That's like one. I mean, I guess usually if it's categorical, it's pretty obvious, but like that's one obvious like way you can think of it. Like you can take the average height of people at BYU Idaho, but you cannot take the average like eye color. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think of what other concepts might like.
Like it has to be with numbers rather than like colors or like the categorical.
Yeah. Yeah. Test notes helped me. I like literally, because on the test they're always going to have one word per word. I've noticed that when I took the class, like there's never going to like word it similar to the truth and make sure you recognize that they're going to like pretty much word it word per word. And then all the equations, all the SPSS directions, the Z-star and confidence levels. And then I always wrote out when p-value is less than level of significance, I reject and I use the word sufficient because I was like, I am not going to rely on my memory on a test for that.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I'm like, I know
it.
it, but if I don't write it down, I'm going to doubt myself.
Mm-hmm.
But did that make sense? Did I help at all? I hope I didn't like confuse you worse.
That's good.
So like if it's one set of data, it's a t-test. If it's two sets of data, you just have to depend if they're comparing averages or if they're comparing two people or if they're comparing one person's data twice.
And
Right.
oh, sorry, you can go ahead, Trevor.
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. So when it says, so the only time you would use the sigma is known is if it actually says, will you ever have to use the sigma is unknown for the test or no?
You would use sigma is unknown if you're only taking one set of data without a sigma. So like when the sigma is known, I don't know if you've noticed this, they make the Greek symbol like really big and obvious and bold.
Mm-hmm.
No Greek symbol, but you're only taking one set of data, sigma unknown. Because once you're taking two a sigma, you're now comparing it to each other. It's when you're taking one set of data without a sigma. Okay. The average, or she was taking the heights of plants to see the. Think about how many columns of data are they taking? Unknown can only apply to one set. And so once you see that they're taking data, like two sets of data, A and B on the test.
Wouldn't it be A and B if they're doing the two sets of data?
You're taking two sets of data and you know it's quantitative, you're down to independent samples or paired data, and then you just have to think about what you're comparing. One set of quantitative data, and there's no sigma. That's the t-test. That's the only time you use it. Is only one set of data.
Good to know. Thank you.
Because I know that was like the hardest thing for me to like grasp. Like once it clicks, but it takes sometimes.
Yep. Trial and error.
Yeah, because some of like the scenarios that are on the test, like even when I'm reading and making like a feedback, like master key, I'm like, I don't even, let me reread that.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I try to trick. All right, do you have any other questions? Or?
I'm good. That's good.
No, I'm good.
Your group is good. Your group is doing well, so. And I'll email you some of my notes that I was emailing other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Megan.
Thanks, Megan.
Yes, take care. I'll get this on the board, okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks, Trevor.
I'll see you guys. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good one. Have a good night. Thank you.